Hi guys, it's Jay here from Australian Gamer. We've got Nathan Davis over here, the associate producer behind Obsidian, who are releasing the game Dungeon Siege 3 coming up soon. Thanks for joining us today, Nathan.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No worries. Can you tell us a little bit about the game Dungeon Siege 3 coming out soon?
Dungeon Siege 3 is obviously the third installment of the franchise. It's been quite a bit since the last couple of games, and this is the first time that Dungeon Siege will be coming to the consoles. So it's a pretty exciting thing for us. We're also been very excited to be part of Square Enix's first Western RPG game, and also we're bringing our Onyx, our own proprietary engine Onyx, to the forefront for the first time as well.
Right. Okay. So how many years has this game been in making?
So the actual development of the game has been just about 2 years, and but the engine was being built kind of before that. So there was a lot to kind of build on, and so we've been able to kind of have a pretty quick development process.
So Obsidian have been working on Dungeon Siege 3, but weren't working on the previous games. That was by Gas Powered Games, a different developer. Have you guys got anyone on board that's come from Gas Powered, or is this all just Obsidian staff?
Well, on the actual team, we just have Obsidian staff, but we went to Gas Powered Games quite a bit for a lot of consultation going through, especially in the beginning when we were trying to amass all of the lore that we were going to use in the game. We went to them for a lot of their documentation and stuff, and we actually amassed a big lore Bible, a kind of like old D&D style handbook of the Land of Ebb, based on all the information that we got from them. And then kind of throughout the development process, they were getting a chance to, like Chris Taylor from Gas Powered Games was getting a chance to actually take a look at our milestones and give us really great feedback. And some of the stuff is just like, oh yeah, of course we should have thought of that. I mean, he's a gamer first, and so there's a lot of great stuff that he could give to us in the meantime.
Nice. Okay. The Onyx engine is what I hear is a brand new engine for you guys. This is the first game in which you'll be using it. Can you tell us a little bit about that engine?
The Onyx engine is great. It's been really great to work with, especially having all the central tech guys like right there working with us. So we could do certain things like make the engine work towards our art director's artistic vision. Instead of just trying to shoehorn something into an existing tech, we could actually have our lead tech guy and our artistic director sit down together, figure out, this is how I want shadows to work, this is how I want lighting to work, this is how I want visual effects to play, and really kind of collaborate to make something that looks fantastic. Also, we've been able to do stuff like add a physics engine to it so that you'll see enemies fly across the screen, which is really great in an action RPG. And lastly, it's been great to build something from the ground up that will make the kind of games that Obsidian makes, so that we aren't having to reinvent the wheel every time that we need to figure out, okay, we want to do items and equipment, because okay, how does this engine work with items and equipment? So now we have a real great basis to continue working in the future.
Okay, excellent. No, with the game itself, Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 were favourites amongst other people, but if you haven't played the game previously, why should you play Dungeon Siege 3?
Well, there's nothing in Dungeon Siege 3 that requires you to have experienced the other games. If you have experienced the Dungeon Siege 1 and 2, you will see a lot of nods back to the original games, whether it be through the lore, through the areas that you come across, and you'll actually be playing kind of in the same world zone that the first game took place. But if you haven't checked out the original games, like, no need to worry. You don't need to know anything about the history or the previous games. We'll actually be bringing this to the console, bringing it to on one box multiplayer as well as online multiplayer. Give you a lot of options of how to do things that you haven't had a chance to do in the previous games.
All right, excellent, thanks. One last question, a bit of controversy. You did mention about this game coming on console. So previously this game was it's PC-centric, it appealed to all the PC gamers out there. Usually when something comes to console or gets ported across to console, PC gamers get a little bit angry about it because things go into a console-centric sort of control system and gameplay. How do you guys tackle that with this game?
So with this game, we wanted to bring all the complexities and all the kind of like hotkey style of doing things that that you would expect in a PC RPG, and bring that into the console, so that there's no dumbing down for it. We actually made a really cool control scheme that actually makes it so that you get to have access to a number of abilities that you're using quickly on a moment-to-moment basis, just as you would on a PC game, or on a PC control. At the same time, we didn't want to forget our PC brethren, because we come from a strong PC lineage of games like Neverwinter 2 and that kind of stuff. And so, we've done a lot of things, especially lately, to make our controls, point and click, and make it into something that is specific to a PC player, so that they're not just trying to approximate what a console control is on their keyboard. It's actually going to be a completely different control scheme.
No worries. Well, that's it for us today. Thank you very much for joining us today, Nathan.
Thank you.
We'll hope to see the game come out soon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.